I can't go out without changing my clothes, my shoes, my body posture. I can't do what I want to do with my own body, and who in the hell set things up like this? I was wrong again to be me being me where I was. Wrong to be who I am. I am very familiar with the problems of the CIA, and the problems of white America in general, and the problems of the teachers and the preachers and the FBI and the social workers and my particular mom and dad. I am very familiar with the problems because the problems turn out to be I am the history of the terrorized incarceration of myself. I am the history of battery, assault, and limitless armies against whatever I want to do with my mind and my body and my soul. I am not wrong. Wrong is not my name. And I can't tell you who the hell set things up like this, but I can tell you that from now on, my resistance, my simple and daily and nightly self-determination may very well cost you your life.
Friends, y'all didn't respond.
Oh, yes.
I was muted.
Greetings.
Oh, you still muted, Charity? Okay.
I
You're unmuted
unmuted.
now. You're
No, I
unmuted.
unmuted, and then the all-seeing hand muted me, and then
Uh,
unmuted me.
rude.
I didn't know I could be muted at any time. That's wild.
I
Let me make sure I watch what I say.
I particularly like to do that on Teams chats.
You
I
mother
just
people.
mute people. Oh yeah, like I'm tired of you talking. Mute.
Enough of that.
Yeah. How y'all doing?
Good. Feel me here? Actually, great. Yeah, great.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. It was it was a very up and down week. Um Pretty stressful, but it's like I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday afternoon ish, late afternoon, I started to be like, okay, I'm all right. Yeah,
With approaching Friday, it was like, all right, I made it.
yeah. I guess whatever happened, it happened. So if are you've joined us already, you see there is a third person on the screen. We have another grown black girl joining us this morning. Leia, well, much like Dr. Charity Clay, no honorary. Leia is Dr. Leia Harper, no honorary, but she didn't put that in her little thingy. Me, I'm no PhD at all, honorary or earned, and that's okay. But yeah, so Leia is here joining us. We're gonna have some fun today. We have a menu of topics to discuss today. Might not even get to all of them, but of course we want to start first with what's going on in our black girl world. Who wants to go first? I wrote mine down so I didn't forget this time.
I'm not going first.
Okay, well, I'll go first and then Leia can go second and you can go last. The first is I bought some smoked brown sugar cubes that are supposed to be for cocktails, but I've been putting them in my coffee. Very good. The second is I have planted some outdoor plants. So this is exciting and sentimental. My mom was very good with plants, and she could just look at a tree and tell you what kind it is, and look at a plant, and so I have always kind of like wanted to be I'm pretty good with indoor plants, but I've always wanted to be kind of, like, oh, my mama just goes out and plants stuff and it grows. And so we moved. I moved into another house almost a year ago, and so I was determined that when it was time for like growing season or whatever, that I was going to plant some stuff and try to make it thrive. So Leah participated in this. A couple of our other friends like have helped me along the way, and so now I have two planters. Now I can't tell you what the two plants are because I forgot already, but those are thriving. And then I planted some mint, strawberries, cucumbers, chives, and tomatoes. I don't even eat tomatoes, but that's a thing that you grow in the summer. And yeah, they're not dead yet, and I'm so pleased. It's one of the many ways, new ways that I found to like feel connected to my mom. So that's been really nice. And then my last thing is, y'all know when people, there was this time back when MLK Day would happen and people be like, it's a day on, not a day off.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
you
day
never
of
heard
service.
people say that,
No,
Cherry?
what?
It's a day
Yeah.
on, not a day off. It was to get you to go volunteer. It's to
Like a
get,
Oh,
day of service. Yeah.
yeah, white people in particular, get them to go volunteer. Well, you know, today is Juneteenth and it's a day off, not a day on. And so this morning when I got up and got ready, I just put on a pair of fresh pajamas. So I'm
They
they
need
look
those.
like they look like outdoor clothes. So kudos.
yeah. So that's what's going on in my black girl world.
That's what's up.
What about you, Leia?
Um. Well, this week for me was full of. I have two dogs, and so I we went. So they went to the vet, and and I took them to the groomer, and it's all of these things are really good, but it is an interesting um juxtaposition. Is that the right word? Because I do my own hair, and they have someone that does theirs. I pay for for someone to do theirs, and they went to their comprehensive medical checkup, and I needed. Hmm. And yeah, yes, they have that. Like I pay insurance for my dogs, and they have a um. I think they have better insurance than I do, and all of this is really good, right? Like I'm being a good dog mom, but I do kind of think like, wow, am I taking better better care of them? Like, and then collectively, are yeah, there was just some interesting questions, but they're doing good. I'm being a good dog mom, so they're healthy. They got a good report back, um, and I believe in this too because they're emotional support animals too. So they have a job, and so I provide insurance for them.
That's a good way to look at it.
Right, there you go. I like that too. Yeah.
Your pets
And
are
what
having a European experience with healthcare and what's like soft girl life, and you are living a US experience.
very much so. Right. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
but it's the job.
That's dope. That's dope. I think I don't know. Taking care of pets is I don't ever I don't have it. I don't have it in me to do. Um but I think they're great companions, I guess. But I would need someone else to take care of it so it could focus on being my companion more than me being like its owner. Yeah, like so yes. So
Mm.
your dog comes to work. Your dogs come to work,
Hmm.
do their job, and
They
then
do.
they get taken care of so they can do that job. But you don't have to be the primary person taking care of them. I like that.
So you
That's
would
that's the
be,
setup you would prefer.
Yeah, that's a good model. I like that model.
Like
Yep.
outsourcing that part and
The,
just
the
kind of being
only
on the
the only cooler part, and this is just me speaking, is if you could drop them off and then they would like come to your house to work when you wanted them
when I'm
to
that's
in
do the
like
need.
dog thing.
you're a
Yeah.
god, like a dog parent.
Yeah, like a
Like an
yes.
auntie.
Yeah,
Yes. I
a
could be
god
a I
dog.
could be a pet auntie, but I
Yeah.
couldn't be a pet parent. Yes, that's the sweet spot. That's a business model that we should figure out. But yeah, no, never mind. Nope, because
You
then
don't think so?
where you gonna put all the dogs when people don't come to, and then it's just a pound, and that's what it really
At
turns into.
that point,
No.
yeah, I see what
Oh
you're
no, but
saying.
the people pay. Actually, my cousin has a business that's very much like that, and they make very good money.
I
Wait,
bet
they
they
rent
do.
out their dog?
Well, people bring. It's kind of like dog sitting, but it's like boutique dog sitting. Like she has
Okay.
like high end clients. Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, she sits the dog or she stores the dog and other
She
people come rent it.
she sits
Is
the
this legal?
dogs.
Hold on. Are we?
Yes, it's legal. It's legal for sure, and she makes good money. And I think anyway, we'll talk about that later.
I was intrigued.
I know
Yeah,
I
we'll
want to
talk
rent
about
out my dog because they're not bringing in any money. And if there's a model where they can, you know,
Earn their
help
keep,
contribute.
so to speak. Indeed.
Right. Yeah. But with
that.
like, with money and not just love.
Yeah.
Because they
So
do.
now,
They provide a lot of love and they make sure I get my steps in per day. So there's some health benefits for me. But like actual money. So yeah, that would I support that as well. So we can move on. I guess I sense that, but we need to circle back, Natalie. to what your cousin's doing.
y'all putting capitalistic expectations on the dog. What's going on in your black girl world,
No,
Charity?
that's not it. This is a no. That's crazy.
That's wild, but okay, I'll receive it.
Listen, it ain't no more capitalistic than literally owning the animal.
But
That's
see, you said
exploiting
own.
them.
I was gonna
That's
say we
that's worse than
cohabitate.
capitalism. That's slavery. That's species slavery.
But I'm not a dog owner though.
That's what I'm
We
saying. You're
we
not the dog, but the
cohabitate.
people who
Yeah.
own the dogs, that's
Hey,
that's slavery.
tell us what's happening in your black girl world, friend.
Oh, I mean, so I'm in Minneapolis, enjoying myself, being around my loved ones, hanging out with my dad, like every day, which is fun. As I transition back here, yeah, I'm actually a friend of mine that I've known since forever has opened up a co-working space in North Minneapolis. So I was like, "Can I use the space?" And he was like, "That's literally what it's for." So it's really cool because I remember when he was saying, "Hey, I'm gonna buy a building," and I was like, "That's what's up." I don't know anybody who's ever done that. So he was able to get it, and then like he would come through, like I would come and he would say, "This where this gonna be, this where this gonna be. I'm gonna get these here and do these." And I was just listening, like, and then like I would come back and it would be painted or there would be stuff in there. And like now it's like, oh, like seeing somebody actualize a vision as they're telling you is really cool because you don't see it how they see it. But then when it comes together, you're like, oh wow, you said you was gonna do it. And
Yeah. Like,
it's
oh,
not
that's
that you
exactly
didn't,
what you
it's not that you
said.
didn't, yeah, you didn't, it's not that you didn't like believe them, but like you literally couldn't see it. And then
Hmm.
when you see it, you're like, that is, like you said, that's exactly how you said you was gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
and how you described it to me. So now I'm like, oh, that's exactly what you was saying. So it's cool. One, just to know people with that clear of a vision, because I'm not like that, right? I'm like, I'm not sure how it's gonna come together, but I'm gonna try to get the puzzle pieces and then figure out how they can fit. Like I'm not a begin with the end in mind fully type of person. So it's cool. But just being here, hanging out with friends, meeting people's grown kids is the wildest thing to me. Because like so many of my friends, their kids are like teenagers or adults. And since I've been away so long, I've heard about them. I've seen them through like, video chat, whatever, whatever, but I've never like talked to them really, so it's really cool. Like my friends are raising whole people who are decent, considerate, well adjusted, like thoughtful. And it's just like pretty freaking cool. So yeah. And then when you come back to the city that you haven't been in for a while, you have to readjust because it'd be new people that have been here. So you're new to them, but you're like, nah, I'm from here. Like you moved here 5 years ago, telling me like, oh, this is, and to some extent they're talking about stuff I haven't experienced because it's new. But then there's some historical stuff that they carry with them, and it's like, yeah, that's not true. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. Gonna get out, take some photos later today, hang out with the people. Um, Minneapolis been doing Juneteenth for a long time, so it's kind of odd to see how recently people have tried to figure out how to do Juneteenth, right? Like who don't have a history of doing it, and then it just becomes like, oh, we gonna have a club night, but it's gonna be Juneteenth themed drinks, or we gonna have something, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's really it. That's a hand. Yes.
What's a Juneteenth themed drink?
Man, listen, I don't know. I don't know. I could think I don't drink, but I could think of some, like mm, I
Is it
don't know,
layered?
but any drink you could have freedom foam on it. You know what I'm saying? There could be a
Not freedom
freedom
phone.
foam. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Like
this
there,
is.
you
Freedom
know
phone.
that that but I don't know. We should think of some. But I bet you if you go look up clubs this weekend, they're gonna have Juneteenth themed drinks.
I've seen Juneteenth parties and whatever, and
Hmm.
that's interesting.
Yeah,
But
because what's the
the
tour?
internet tells you everybody can't celebrate Juneteenth.
Hideaway Henny is ridiculous. Liberated libations, Hideaway Henny, yes indeed.
Do y'all think everybody can celebrate Juneteenth?
Yep, I do.
Please say more.
Oh, I thought it was. I mean, yes, because here's the thing: nobody gonna care what I say if they want to celebrate it anyway. So it don't make I don't get to be the police about who gets to celebrate Juneteenth because like people celebrate St. Patrick's Day for free beer, right? Now,
Ooh, the
so
black people be out, honey, in Jackson, St.
you know what I'm
Patrick's
saying?
Day.
So if you gonna be black and celebrate St. Patrick's Day, my expectations of your celebration or who gets to celebrate Juneteenth for us as a collective have dropped. Right. I think one, people just want something to celebrate, right? So they don't necessarily care what the occasion is, but if I can be out, it's the first weekend of summer, right? It's Father's Day weekend. So like anybody can celebrate it because people be looking for stuff to celebrate. Do I think that anybody can be reflective about the history and legacy of slavery in the United States as it relates to why Juneteenth exists? I think that's something people should also be aware of. But I also I don't I'm gonna report back later and tell you how many white people are at the events I go to. Because I think there also should be an understanding of like maybe this ain't for like I'm not doing nothing for St. Patrick's Day
Mm-mm.
because I don't think I should. I don't know if other people are going to have that same thoughtfulness about Juneteenth, but I think Black people can celebrate Juneteenth. I don't think you have to be Black American to celebrate Juneteenth, just like you don't have to be Brazilian to celebrate Carnival, right? Or Caravana, or all these things. I think the idea that only Black Americans should celebrate Juneteenth, that's the stuff them ridiculous people I don't talk to say.
Yeah, that's a lot of the conversation that I've seen. It's just another way to back into diaspora wars. Like, you can celebrate it, but you can't, and you like okay, whatever. I what you said about people really just want a reason to celebrate, that resonates deeply with me. I think it's very similar to a thought that I have, that when like around celebrity worship, I think people just want heroes. Like, people just want people to look up to. And I think that life, even when you have some joy and some peace in your life, some happiness, whatever, life can be so hard that if there is a reason, if I can find a reason to press pause and just enjoy this moment, like just reflect on this right here, if I can stop looking at the difficulties that I'm having and look at this celebrity whom I don't know and be like, oh, things could be different for me at some point, like as inspirational and aspirational, like focus on celebrities. Now, do I think that could be harmful? For sure. But I get it. I do get it. That sometimes we just want something to be less difficult for us than it is right then. And there's a spectrum of difficult, there's a spectrum of the desire or the need to celebrate or to have someone to look up to. Yeah, life is hard.
And I have questions about what we mean when we say celebrate too, because I got text messages from like black-owned businesses that I follow, or you know, they send different things out, and they were like, "Come and buy something," and it's like, oh, that's is that is that celebrating, or is that something else? Is something else happening here? And so, kind of, um, I can see. I understand the argument when people want to hold it close to us because it does leave and become this other thing, but at the same time, is it? I don't know. It's when we say celebrate, what do we mean? And are we meaning like honor it or revere that day, or does that make sense?
100%. Yeah.
Kind of.
I,
Yeah.
I think the they want to celebrate. SELL, celebrate. That's where
Celebrate.
we at now, right? Because that's what it
Right.
is. And I was just talking to someone about this the other day, and I talk about this a lot, about how culture, specifically Black culture, is always commodified and consumed, right? Like, I just seen at the place where I'm finna be done working in a couple weeks. Every holiday they have the little decals that you put in the window of the office, and they got Juneteenth ones, right? So, one what is Valentine's Day, then it's St. Patrick's Day. I don't know what April is. I don't know what May. I think April is Easter. Yep. And then May is whatever, and then June
Cinco
is
de Mayo.
Juneteenth. So it's like, oh yeah, did they have Cinco de Mayo? I wonder. But like, it's that whole idea of
Oh, Negroes love Cinco de Mayo too.
Yeah, everybody
yeah,
does,
they
right? Like
do.
Yeah,
but
margaritas.
but is that what
Um,
they like? Right? Is that what?
See
But
what I'm saying? See,
exactly. Yeah.
but I say, for me, celebrating Juneteenth was always about celebrating the folks in the community, right? So the events that we used to go to, it will always have some feature of like whatever talents young people had, sing, dance. We in the Midwest, we have a lot of drill teams. We don't have full marching bands, but we have drill teams, right? So the drill teams would do their thing, or the dance studio would do their thing, or whatever the kids are doing. You know, you recognize people for getting good grades because it's the summer, right? There's a whole bunch of like health people tabling, get your blood pressure screened, or learn about eye health or whatever. And then you have like the food vendors, but you have activities, right? I went to Juneteenth things where there was like an activity stage, right? There was a program, somebody would speak, or the elders would do something. But now when you go to a lot of these celebrations, it's just vendors in tents, right? And you just walk around and it's like it's like somebody selling like African stuff, and then it's like the shea butter people, and then you might get like some crystals, or somebody selling some t-shirts, right? um it's not like we used to also have things where people who had services, like if you got a lawn service, or if you, and also hiring, right? It was also a thing, like people who were looking for people to work would come there and say, like, it would be job fairs and all these things. So I think for us, it was like one of the first ways to just celebrate the community as we shift into summer, right? But it was an intentional thing. And now it's really just a lot of come buy this, or we got a special, or celebrate by buying something. So like I think that's the difference. I think we've lost some of the significance of just being around people doing cool stuff and not having to feel like it's exclusive, or feel like, you know what I mean? I think that's, yeah. Because to your point, Natalie, about like the celebrity worship and stuff, people are like, I don't want to do the regular Juneteenth. I want my Juneteenth to have a VIP experience.
So I think what you were describing reminds me of a festival that I went to last year that looked a lot like what you're describing. There were I think that it started with an elder pouring libations. I think that was the very beginning of the thing. I mean, people were coming and going, but there were performances. There were a couple people who did poetry that actually wasn't bad, because we know how I feel about that. There were people who just got up and talked about the community. And there were vendors, all kinds of vendors, from like selling fresh pressed juice, like they were doing it on site, to what you're referencing, like, I have this kind of business, here's my card, here's some pictures of things I've done. And that was one of the first times that I had ever been to something like that. I enjoyed it, actually, because I'm not typically a person who just likes to sit outside and it's hot. I don't really like that. But it was really nice. The thing that also came to mind, though, is when you all are talking about, the commodification of celebrations. If that is how we meet a holiday, then that's all we come to expect of the holiday. So, like, I don't think that I heard of Cinco de Mayo until I got to college, like, for whatever reason. But what I learned of Cinco de Mayo when I got to college was that's what you do. You go and drink and eat tacos. Like, it had, whatever significance there was, or might have been close to the actual culture of the celebration. If it, like, that was well gone. And so I think one of the things that happens, people being like, happy Juneteenth, like, is it happy? Like, what we're talking about, the reason that there is some reverence, to use Leia's word, for the holiday, that's not really like an exciting thing. And of course, the people who learned of their emancipation much later than others, like, of course, that's reason for them to celebrate. But like, What are we celebrating? And if that's what you know about it, was this a few years ago when Walmart had like Juneteenth ice cream and all of these decorations that you could buy from Walmart for your own Juneteenth party. What does that even mean? So if that's how you meet it, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, it's like that's how we do holidays in America, right? It's,
yeah,
there's a
yikes.
Memorial Day sale, right? There's a Labor Day sale, and
Mhm.
whatever it is. It's like let's turn this into, well, in this country, what it,
Juneteenth sale is crazy.
I bet you by next year you'll be able to buy a low a discounted mattress on Juneteenth.
I think they're already happening, but I mean to to have a holiday that's celebrating the emancipation of people who were bought and sold and selling stuff on that holiday is
oh
that
wow,
that's
yeah.
that's where we are. That's what's up.
I mean, that's the U.S.
Yeah, but here, so my deeper thing is my issue is I don't think Juneteenth should have ever been made a national holiday. That's right. And I think the fact that people celebrated Juneteenth being made a national holiday who never celebrated Juneteenth before or ever knew what Juneteenth was until the conversation about it being a national holiday is how you lose, is how that process we talking about gets so sped up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because now literally the only context, like you said, now that people have is the the federal recognition, which fundamentally ties it to capitalism in ways that in Texas, right, or in places where people are taking their nod from what happened in Texas, that's not their frame of reference, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
people are like, oh my gosh, Juneteenth is a national holiday. I was like, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. And it kind of speaks to like what we, I don't want to soapbox, but it speaks to what we consider progress or positive, right? I don't never, that was like when we was trying to put Harriet Tubman on the money. Like, yeah, we need a black person on the money. We was on the money before. The Confederate States had enslaved folks on the money. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to soapbox, but it really just gets into like, you know what? I think the term holiday, it has different meanings because the way we commodify it here is not the same as holding something sacred, right? Holidays are
Yeah.
not seen as sacred in public discourse. But then I guess it becomes up to us to maintain whatever sacredness it has and hold it in that way, right? This is this duality that we live with.
At the lighthouse, we from the very beginning, one of the holidays, stick with that word, that we observed was Juneteenth. It's like it was always on our calendar. And we did not observe July 4th, Independence Day. When the federal government made Juneteenth a holiday, then I immediately made July 4th a holiday at the lighthouse. Like, oh, that's what we doing? Okay, cool. So on in our literature as one of the as the observed holidays, there is Juneteenth on June 19th. And then there is July 4th, Juneteenth part two.
Yeah, because we're gonna take another day. Since yes, right.
Since you
We're gonna
took that day, then we'll take this day too.
yeah. I like that, right? Because you gonna use it for something it wasn't used for. So
Mm-hmm.
now we need a day to replace it for what we had. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yep.
So it's kind of an extension of that same conversation. Is that what?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Like,
Yep.
oh, let's talk about this. Yeah.
And uh and before on July 4th, if you wanted to take off, because we have flexible leave, if you wanted to take off, you could. But a part of what we did at work after we did whatever little work we were going to do is we had our own like cookout and talked about how ridiculous it is that you know, July 4th is a celebration. Anyway, speaking of celebration, I just wanted to bring up something right quick before we move on to something. Just a quick little interjection. Y'all saw Mystical got to go to prison again.
I didn't see it. What happened with Mystical, the
What you
rapper?
mean? This the same thing that always happens with Mystical.
He raped somebody.
He can't keep his hands to himself.
The
And the
rapper.
Yeah,
thing is, we know this about him.
he's a raper.
Oh yeah, we
He's
take one of the
he's
P's out.
he's
Not a rapper.
yeah. Just take one of the P's out. He has been convicted before, and of course, we know how difficult it is to be convicted of rape and sexual assault in this country.
In
Like we
this
know
country.
that.
Right, right.
So he's been convicted of before and served time, and now he's been convicted again and will be serving time. I think he got 22 years. I might have made that up, but also, like research shows that one of the most difficult things to what's the best word, heal from, correct, whatever,
Stop doing. Yep.
is people who sexually assault and rape people. Like that's not. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up since we were talking about celebration.
What?
A whole other conversation about like the carceral state, and do you believe that people should be locked up? I don't care about that right now. I just
Oh, because that's where I was going, and not in a bad way, but like
will you
one of
go?
the first times I heard Mystical on a song, he said, "I came here with my dick in my hand.
Yeah.
Don't make me leave with a foot in your." And then he said, "Be cool, like, like this is just how I operate."
Mm-hmm.
So like
He told y'all that's what
from
he
the
does.
jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is so I'm not gonna soapbox, but like I'm real big, especially when it comes to community safety, about like pure accountability, right? Because at some point he should have got enough ass whoopings to stop, or just kind of got
There you
removed
go.
from access to the community, right? So this, like, we could have stopped this. That's how I feel, right? um yeah, we could have stopped this. Enough, because yeah, that's yeah, pure accountability, courage, you know what I'm saying? Care for the well-being of others could really go a long way, especially if we act like we don't want police around. Then we really got to kind of be a lot bit better about caring about the safety of folks that are around us,
And
and that
see, that's
primarily means removing people who do the harm.
right. And like a um ostracizing, like the social parts of like you're not allowed to participate in community with us anymore. And I think, or at least I wonder, I have questions about, is this something that's really difficult to heal from, or is it that we don't, is it like, does the environment not force people to be better? Like,
Hmm.
right. So I I have some more questions. I need to do some more reading. I'll admit that much, but it definitely feels like in our society, like it's just, being over here in this country, with who's running this country, we just, we don't. It's just a little rape. Is it that bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it feels like the approach is, and I wonder if collectively, if we thought about it differently, if it would be a lot easier to heal from, if folks was going to jail and actually being penalized, or and again, I didn't mean to bring up jail, but just if you were being penalized in some meaningful way, would it be
Mm-hmm.
that difficult to stop?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's very good. Yeah, that's a good
Agreed.
question.
Agreed.
Because I also think it means that then society writ large, right, has to have more, see the value in women and children. And
Hmm.
that's the other part of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because what we do know is that rape as an act is not about sex, but power, the exertion of power.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to insert that. I don't remember which one of y'all said this, but it's also Father's Day weekend.
Oh, I think I said it. Wait, I don't know. Yes, because I was talking about how Juneteenth, first week in the summer, when they all hit together.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I like Father's Day. I like Father's Day. No, that's not what I mean. I don't. I don't like Father's Day because people really take the opportunity to publicly bash the shit out of their fathers on Father's Day, right? Like, it's like the people who don't have things to celebrate really be letting the world know. And again, this is specifically on social media, right? How terrible their fathers are on Father's Day. Um, and then it becomes like a thing that everybody wants. Oh, you think your father was bad? Let me talk about my ain't shit daddy. And then it becomes a thing that people get into more than actually celebrating fathers on this day, because we got 365 or 366 days of father bashing that we could do, but the day that we could actually celebrate the fathers and father figures who are actually doing some cool stuff, oftentimes primarily on social media, because in real life I don't spend Father's Day around people who want to not celebrate fathers, but on social media it always be like, yikes, y'all are. Because the thing is, I don't see people who have bad relationships with their mothers bashing their mothers on Mother's Day, right? They just be quiet mostly. They mostly like, oh, for those of us who are, they might post something about for those who have difficult relationship with their mothers. But generally, people are just respectful enough to be like, even if I don't fuck with my mama, I'm not going to hijack the day to talk about how my mama ain't shit. You know what I mean? But Father's Day, they're like, let me tell y'all all the reasons why I hate Father's Day. So,
As a person who could definitely participate in the Bad Dad Olympics, I I agree. I wrote an essay a few years ago that it was published like on Gawker. So I wrote it, and and it was about my relationship with my dad and like going to visit his house after he passed away. I was so upset that they chose to run that on Father's Day. Like I didn't write that for you to run it on Father's Day. And a part of my frustration, besides, just the obvious point that you're talking about, is because I was so bothered because I'm a Black woman writing about my Black father, and then this is what you choose to publish on Father's Day. I recognize, and this is, we were talking about this before the show started. The song, the layer, you could talk about the song, but the thing that I wouldn't have been able to write what I wrote had I not come to the place where I recognized that my father did the best he could, but the best wasn't good enough for me. So my writing this is talking about my experience. It's not necessarily, maybe only smart people can differentiate. It wasn't necessarily to bash my dad. It's just talking about the experience of being his daughter, right? I didn't need you to publish that on Father's Day for people to read and be like, oh, look at that Black girl with a terrible relationship with her Black dad. Because one of the things that I love is listening to the two of you in particular talk about your dads, like the relationships that you like. That feels good to me to be able to hear that and see that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it, um, because you didn't make that decision to run it on that day, but somebody did, right?
Hmm.
And with um, Charity, with what you were saying about how what happens on social media, I was wondering how much of it is the algorithm, because we know these spaces don't want to make us look good, right? Like there there are, what's it called? There these ideas about Black fatherhood that are out there that actually don't, the numbers don't bear that out. Like statistics don't support what these organizations that run, social media want us to think about Black fathers and Black men and Black people in general, right? They kind of have their own agenda. So I even wonder how much of, I got a lot of questions today, it seems like, but I wonder how much of it is, an algorithm that wants to push a narrative that, kind of like what happened with you and your piece, Natalie, that intentionally elevates certain voices, um, kind of at the expense of um, of of us, of our folks, of our community, and ignoring what the numbers actually say. You know, um,
Yeah, for sure. And socials is super weird at this point because, like, how do we say this? The way that I just want Black folks to stop training the robots, right? Because initially, what happened is you get enough Black people who are saying this, the algorithm catches it and pushes it, and then more people join in the conversation. And eventually now the AI can create profiles to generate the conversation by bots, whether or not Black people are even having these conversations anymore, right? Because I've seen people be like, what I'm gonna stop doing is getting on social media and bashing Black people in such, we've been doing it on social media so long that now the bot profiles are picking up where even if we're like, our consciousness is like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore, like, and we've done it enough where they can just take all the stuff we've said. um and then to your point, because we don't control these platforms, you can write something or say something within a very specific context, even to a very specific or intended audience. And then the way it's put out, you'd be like, that's not even what I intended for that to do. So yeah, but this is, yeah, I've been spending the week with my dad, which is just cool. I never really been a Father's Day specific person because I spent all my time with my dad. So Sunday, it would, on Father's Day, it wouldn't be much different from what we were doing, whatever that Sunday was. It would just be, if we were out, people would say Happy Father's Day to my dad, right? But we didn't do too much extra stuff on Father's Day, a gift, a card, a small gesture.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool seeing other people out, like recognizing and, feeling supported and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. I yeah. Oh, I had one other thought too. Before we transition to something else, when you mentioned how people don't necessarily do all the bashing of women on Mother's Day, or like terrible mothers. The pastor at my home church, um, every Mother's Day, this man is gonna talk about all the bad examples of women in the Bible, and I just like, what are you doing?
Why to the Bible though?
Like, what is happening? So when I talk with my aunt on Mother's Day, one of my aunts on Mother's Day, And I was like, "Did he woman bash today?" And she was like, "He did, but it was a little shorter than it usually is." Like I don't know. It makes me, maybe he doesn't have a very good relationship with his mom or something. I don't know. But it's just like all of the ways that you could be a bad mom. That's what you want to talk about today?
On today, on
On
today.
today. On this morning.
That yeah, that's a choice, that's a
It is.
choice.
It
It
is a
is.
choice.
Yeah.
It
I'm
is.
I'm
At
for
least he had an abridged version now.
Yeah, yeah. Growth.
yeah, that's what we
Right.
call that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh gosh. Speaking of dads, I don't know if these people are dads, but I want to talk FIFA fashion a little bit.
That's wild. You said I don't know if they're dads. Listen, somebody's calling them daddy.
Somebody,
Okay.
somebody might be calling each other that. I don't know, but they were dressed sharp. Let me tell you. So my favorite. I hope we can show these pictures. So my favorite arrival looks for FIFA World Cup were African countries. I've done the deepest dive into two looks. One, the look of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the other is Ivory Coast. Um, man, these people were dressed so sharp. And if we don't get to see the pictures, I won't talk about it too long because that'll be weird if you hadn't seen the pictures for me to just be talking about how sharp they look. But the Democratic Republic of Congo wore black suits with the leopard, the word is not coming to mind, but like a sash. And then this beautiful leopard brooch. So when I first saw the brooch, when I was looking at it on television, I'm just nerding out, and y'all do not care, but it's okay. When I when I saw this brooch, it looked it looked very much like a um oh gosh, I can't think of the brand. The brand has gone away. Anyway, but I was like, let me see who actually made that brooch. It was an African designer. And is like a leopard, diamond encrusted leopard with an emerald eye and a pearl. Very exciting. And then they also had this really nice leopard bag that you can now buy online. You couldn't buy it before, but people were losing their minds about this bag. And so now you can buy it for $1,700. It's velvet. It's leopard velvet, trimmed in leather. It's very good. But we don't have pictures, so I won't keep talking about that.
No, I think West African, Central West African, I say this not saying others aren't, but this is what I know, um, are some of the best tailors, are some of the best design folks, like, and I think not I think it's really awesome to see them be able to showcase that on a global stage, because the ideas of luxury and high quality fashion being associated with Europe and not Africa is a sham anyways,
It
right? So
is.
I love the fact that the bag is $1,700, because people will pay $5,000 for a bag that I promise you is not as well crafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
From a
Mm-hmm.
European luxury designer, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't,
Right.
align West Africa, Central Africa, South Africa. We don't align the continent or the diaspora with quality. When the
Or
reality is,
luxury.
I was about to say, yeah, or especially not luxury, right? But that's the blueprint of it. That's,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen the thing about where, Versace and Louis Vuitton and all these designers
Yep.
are
I was
taking
gonna
and
bring
putting
it
on
up. Hmm.
textiles, prints, and fabrics. So now to see them folk, right, put it right, to
Oh,
see them put it on, and it being connected to their history, right? There's this famous picture of Patrice Lumumba where he has a hat that's in that print, right? There's nods to other generations of Congolese fashion that are being brought up. That's Cote d'Ivoire's, right? So,
Yeah.
and all
Hold
of
that
it is
picture there,
symbolic.
please.
Yes. So no, I think we did not care. Like, we listening because you the expert on fashion. So I think it's dope.
It's exciting. I should have written down more notes. Could you show the in they just so pretty. Like they just look so good. Go to the Cote d'Ivoire one. So this so the back of it, there's a diamond encrusted elephant on the back. Beautiful, like brocade with a diamond encrusted. But then this fabric. So when I saw this fabric, what was it? Last Friday is when it started. I couldn't figure out like what is this fabric? It looked kind of like Angora, but I'm like, these people cannot have on wool in the summertime, in the almost summertime. Like, what is this? And because I don't have my notes, I don't remember what the fabric is called, but it is a woven fabric that only artisans on the Ivory Coast know how to do. So when you look at it again, it's like it looks like Angora. You know how Angora or like a cashmere has the little fuzzy on top. So it's like that, but the fabric breathes. And I was just like, oh gee, like what this is art. This is art. This is, you know, I mean, like I love the movie. What is it? The Devil Wears Prada. And in the first one, when Andy is talking about, you know, just this blue sweater and the Meryl Streep character goes off on her, basically, you know, like this is art. Like this is art. This is art. This, like, it is so exciting to me. It's so exciting to me. This bag, this green bag, that's also an African designer, because that bag looks like a Celine bag, like a Celine duffel, but I can't remember the designer's name. But yeah, anyway, I had such a good time last Friday watching the fashions. Senegal looked nice. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. The only downside is that now, like, next time I go back, the price point gonna be higher than, and it should be. Here's the thing,
It
it
should
should
be.
be.
Oh yeah, that's Senegal.
Right.
But
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 everybody
that's when I
knows
use my
now.
connections. Yeah, the West African fee, the Africans, they put it on. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just so smart looking. Oh, and then, you know, people were talking about like, oh well, other countries were dressed in, because the Spain was dressed, Loewe dressed Spain, and people were talking about, you know, like the designers that you know, and it's just like, I mean, yeah, that's a very nice tracksuit. Like it's not. This is oh, I can't remember the country. This is my other favorite. I forgot.
What was it that you liked about this one?
It just look it just looks sharp. It just looks smart. I like the I don't want to say the, because I can't even think of the country. So I don't want to, excuse me if I'm being offensive, but the little hat, I can't think of the name of it. I don't know, they just look sharp. Some countries did not have on the same like shoes and carrying the same bags. And I think just like the cohesion of the look really helped. That's one of the things, besides the fact that they were just dressed impeccably. That's one of the things that stood out about the DRC's look, is like they all had on the same shoes, the same bag, the whatever. Cote d'Ivoire, you know, they had on the all white with the jackets and whatever. Yeah, that's that right there. That's beautiful. They had that on, but they did not have on. They didn't have on all the same shoes. I thought that was a little distracting. They still look good, of course, but like if you have on an all white look,
Yeah.
then let's all have on the same shoes, because that's gonna stand out even more. But yeah. Anyway,
It
it was
looks like
really
an
exciting.
album cover to me.
It looks like
Like
a
this is
what?
gonna be an album cover. Like this is gonna be a good record right here.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, they just all look so pretty to me.
Oh.
Um,
We need that breathable fabric down here,
We do.
um,
Charity
in the
not gonna
South.
need it as much moving, but we need it for much longer.
I
Yeah.
also will need it.
When you leave, I said as long, you won't need it as long.
Oh no, I'd be planning to be in the places where it's hot as much as possible.
Oh yeah, you got to get out in the wintertime. Oh, just look at that brooch.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
nice.
y'all want to play skin folk or kinfolk?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay then.
Skin
Father's
folk.
Day edition.
Skin folk.
Oh,
Is
Skin
this a
folk.
real photo?
Kinfolk. I think we have to distinguish that is skinfolk or kinfolk is not necessarily people who we agree with politically, but we consider them family because we don't always like the politics of all our family. That's how I distinguish it.
I can ride with that, but I mean,
But I'm saying everybody's not using the same
oh,
frame.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
let's
thought that was
can we
your
can
explanation
we
for it.
talk about it?
Yeah,
What we doing? So we're seeing a picture and then we're deciding if they're
Yeah,
on our
we
team.
personally think that they are people who are essentially is like, are you black like me, or is your blackness in uh
Clarence Thomas
antithetical to
kind
my blackness, right? However we want to, but it's loose and it's some of it is humorous, right?
Right.
and personal. We don't we
Exactly.
when we
Yeah,
when we did it before, we didn't agree on everyone.
not at all.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, but I will say I thought when you were explaining that to Leia, which of course it makes sense to explain it to Leia because she hasn't done it before. I thought that that's the justification that you were using to say that Anthony Anderson was a kinfolk and not a skinfolk.
Oh, that too. I mean,
Oh, you think he's
I think
skinfolk?
I
I
think
mean
the
kinfolk.
issue is I'm confusing Anthony Anderson with some of the roles he's played that I like or don't like. So
Oh, I
I'm
see.
kind of throwing him as a person. I don't know, but
He stayed. He stayed getting accused of being mystical light.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm confusing the actor with his roles
Mm, mm,
because I
mm.
immediately thought of him in Barbershop.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
him
took
and
that.
blackish. That's Reginald
Yeah.
Vale Johnson.
That's
Yes.
Carl. That's the father on Family. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You saying Reginald Vale Johnson? You calling him by his real name? I'm like, that's
I
the
don't know
father
his
from
real
Urkel.
name. Yeah, that's
Okay,
Urkel.
we could do
That's yeah.
characters. We could do characters.
What was the name? Yeah. We doing characters? He was a cop, wasn't
Right? He is skim. He is, and he was a terrible. He was terrible.
Oh,
He's the worst black father in black sitcom history.
he?
okay. Carl is a
Yeah.
skin
Info.
folk.
Oh, it's lots of skin folks in this one. Lots of skin folks.
These are also, I get it. These are also black TV dad. Okay, I feel you. Okay, I'm with it. Black dad edition. I didn't catch that part.
Oh, that's what we doing.
Yes,
Oh,
we are
okay. So he
slow.
was. I didn't watch Blackish, so
He,
um,
I
yeah.
think
So
Anthony
you might have
Anderson
just
on
been scared.
Blackish. I think he probably was skin folk.
Yeah, the
Oh, he
character on
was.
Blackish for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do their TV dad characters. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He
So
what is Cedric the Entertainer? He's a dad on something. Oh, on the Neighborhood. I
are we
never
there
watched
yet?
that show.
Is that what he
Yep.
was in? I didn't watch that either.
Ugh.
We'll
I
just
didn't
call
watch
him a
that.
kinfolk to be
Yeah,
nice.
everybody
I
just been
didn't. Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
yeah, they just been skin folks so far. What was he a dad in?
Man, he can't. Man, that's kinfolk. He was the father in Peoples. He was definitely skinfolk in the movie though. He was skinfolk in the movie.
I
Which one?
the most
People.
the
Okay.
most recent thing I watched him in is that show Saint Dennis. and he does not have children on there, but I still would call him kinfolk.
He's kin. Here's the problem. He's kinfolk to me because that's David Allen Greer. That's David Allen Greer.
He just so now we care about the person.
It's confusing. I'm trying to think what he was the father in the Gerard show.
Oh, he sure was.
Okay.
Kinfolk.
That's the one who, yes, that character was kinfolk.
Kinfolk. Leia, did you
It's
watch
always
that?
Boomerang for me.
Oh,
It is always Boomerang. That's my point. See, Michael.
I mean, this what Living Color?
No, he's my wife and kids.
My wife and kids.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't like the character.
I didn't either. He was so mean and disrespectful unnecessarily. I don't know. And that's how a lot of
funny.
I get if that was the humor, like I don't want my black dad being like that. Especially okay, real quick. Why do black TV shows with a successful dad always have a stupid son? If the dad is like financially successful in the black shows, it's always got to be a stupid son. Always.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm running that through. You know, because I'm even thinking, even the Cosby Show, he started off stupid and
He started off stupid.
He did.
Yeah.
He
I didn't want to bring
Winslow. Well, I'm not counting Carl Winslow as successful. That was wild. Yep.
But I mean, you know, successful by somebody's standards for sure. And Eddie was dumb.
There's always, even on the Smart Guy, even on the show where one of the boys is a genius, the brother is dumb.
Oh wow, I had never thought about that before. And my immediate thought is you gotta balance it out. Like it would not be believable to have two smart black men in a house.
Right.
So we gotta make this one super dumb. Oh, Flex. That's that show that he did with Kyla Pratt. I don't really remember that show, so I'm just gonna go with Kinfolk.
I think it was Kinfolk. I think it was cool. A single black dad or a custodial parent who was a dad of a daughter. I think that was a cool dynamic to play out.
Great show.
Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful.
Beautiful gowns.
Yeah.
That's hard. It's hard to think about that. Oh. You know what? Skinfolk.
Lamont was somebody's daddy.
That is the father from 227.
Oh, surely is.
Okay, yeah, Kinfolk. Kinfolk.
Oh, God.
I'm tickled.
He got on my nerves.
Yeah. The father from 227 was Skinfolk to me. I did not like him.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Coming to America?
Oh, John
him?
Amos? Okay. Yeah.
He was McDowell's.
Yeah. He gotta, well, I don't know. Because then y'all gonna say some.
The man got his own money.
And when I say he got his own money,
this one. I don't know. This one, I think for me, the game turns into Skinfolk, Kinfolk, or Black Capitalist. And I think that would be him.
I also think even on Good Times, he was Skinfolk. He was not Kinfolk to me. What do you mean? You like, I only got a 3rd grade education. And your wife is like, I could get a job. And you like, no, you can't. I got to support this Sir, y'all are in Chicago. There's work that she can get. She didn't start driving the bus till after do you know they could have not been in a project if they had 2 incomes in that household?
He just made better choices.
just made better choices. Him and you
Take
and your
personal
ego.
responsibility.
Right.
Nah,
Right.
yeah. I didn't like good time. Oh no, I don't know skin folk every time. I don't even
Yeah.
know what he's been in, but I don't like him.
Yeah.
Kinfolk. That's my uncle for real.
Oh, for real?
I mean, would you will believe it? You know what I'm saying?
Leia said, "Oh, for real?"
See how it works? Because it's believable.
Yeah. I mean, if you said that, um,
Uncle Bernie is kinfolk for sure.
Uncle Phil,
Skinfolk. I don't like Uncle
he's
Phil.
skin folks.
To me,
I might would give him kinfolk.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm all right.
he's
I
skinfolk.
don't. I can't defend it, and I also can't tell you why I don't. Why I disagree with you, but I don't know.
Y'all want to know why I think he's skinfolk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then we'll do one more and close out.
Because how you raise three black children that come out like that? How you raise a Hillary and a Carlton?
Um,
I can't. How you raise a black boy that be like I'm black and a black girl that be like I'm not like no
what
no.
about Ashley?
Will got a
Does
hold of her young, and that's why she rebelled.
Oh, okay.
So you're admitting that some of it is environmental, then?
Oh, always. No, I mean, yeah, I mean always. But he was no.
Because he grew up
What?
in the South.
Yeah.
And hid it. Remember? He didn't remember when his mom came and was telling all those stories about the pig, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That
Oh
never
yeah, she
happened.
had that red dress on. You right.
And she had to tell him, why are you ashamed of where you come
Oh,
from?
get that off my screen.
Yeah, no, we can't end with that. We can't end with that. We can't end with that. We can't
Go,
end with that.
go, go,
We can't
go,
end with that.
go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Take us back to Burn. Oh gosh.
Woo!
We were about the same
I guess
height.
that's better. I don't know. Because his son was grown, so I don't know what he was doing. But he became an engineer, so maybe. And his daughter was grown. Both of his shows, he had grown kids.
I'm gonna give him what I'm thinking of the Jeffersons. I'm gonna give him skinfolk, but I don't agree with you. I mean kinfolk, but I don't necessarily agree with you.
Me?
No, him.
No, with him. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You're kinfolk, but yeah.
Yeah. Like just stay over
You,
there and
yeah.
we'll just see each other on
Exactly. I
Thanksgiving.
was just about to say, go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Oh, Colonel Taylor.
I don't know.
Um,
Kinfolk.
yeah, he can, folks. That's
Kinfolk.
when he yeah, Colonel Taylor from what you call it?
A different
Different
world.
world.
Yeah, he's skin folk. I mean
He
kin
kinfolk.
folk.
Yeah, he kinfolk. No.
He
Here's
goes
No?
whatever you did with that Bill Cosby picture, put this one over there too.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, kinfolk.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kinfolk.
that's kin folks. Definitely.
Okay, this
See,
our last
the
one.
pictures in the context was good.
Yeah,
That helps me a
that's
lot.
true.
Yeah. Black TV Dad. Yeah, he kinfolk. Well, folks,
Hmm.
time is up. Thanks to the commentaries. I love being with y'all, but I know we had did we have a hard stop? I feel like we
We
had a
have a
hard
hard stop because somebody is on East Coast time, sounding real
right.
East
We
Coast.
had a hard stop, but that was
Yeah,
fun. Black TV dads that was fun
Yeah.
actually.
it was. It was. Thanks for joining us, Leia.
Of
Yeah,
course.
thanks so much.
This was fun. I
This is
enjoyed
great.
myself.
And you know what I just realized? Brittany, I don't see Brittany in the comments.
You know
Shout
why?
out
'Cause
to
it's
Jason Muhammad.
Juneteenth.
Oh, it's a day. It's a day off, not a day
It's a
on.
day off, not a day on.
Oh gosh. All right. Thank y'all so much.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you,
Y'all have a great weekend. Happy
yeah,
Father's Day to all the fathers and father figures.
father figures. Yep.
feel me?
Hit that June Jordan.
I can't go out without changing my clothes, my shoes, my body posture. I can't do what I want to do with my own body, and who in the hell set things up like this? I was wrong again to be me being me where I was. Wrong to be who I am. I am very familiar with the problems of the CIA, and the problems of white America in general, and the problems of the teachers and the preachers and the FBI and the social workers and my particular mom and dad. I am very familiar with the problems because the problems turn out to be I am the history of the terrorized incarceration of myself. I am the history of battery, assault, and limitless armies against whatever I want to do with my mind and my body and my soul. I am not wrong. Wrong is not my name. And I can't tell you who the hell set things up like this, but I can tell you that from now on, my resistance, my simple and daily and nightly self-determination may very well cost you your life.